That's really good.
Yeah.
That's really great.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get more than that when we dial the pressure back.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the motor reacts to opening.
Yeah, that's freaking sweet. Holy crap. By doing a 3.0 nozzle, 1300 PSI, 1.61 gallons per minute. That's incredible. I think we need to bring this in the store. 100%. It is way better than I thought.
Better than what?
Way better than I thought. All right, everyone, I got an interesting video for you today. A couple of things I need to get done. One, I want to clean the wheels and decon the wheels for the E30. Two, I have the Ego portable pressure washer sitting here. I have the Active, what do we call this one? Active 2.3. The Active 2.3 sitting here. I want to test them and see how they work and then build accessory packages for you. Decide if I like them enough to sell them. And then I've got some other new products, some Armor stuff, some CarPro D-Scale. So I've got some other products I wanted to play with, test out while I'm kind of cleaning up these wheels. So we're gonna make it a fun video here for you today. Well, if you're a nerd, it'll be fun, nerd like us. So anyway, let's do the Ego first, I think. And we're gonna do a test, see what it does, and then modify it to try to get the most out of it. The first thing I will say about the Ego, now I didn't realize it's 800 bucks with the batteries. It's 450 without, but the quality is like none of the other pressure washers, the cheap ones that we did, like the Sunjo, even because some of the Sunjos are 400 or 500 bucks. You know, some of the Greenworks are 400 or 500 bucks. This is on a completely different level. They went out and made a bunch of their own stuff. You know, their gun is different, their wand is different. All of the surrounding accessories, obviously the battery tech and all of that stuff, the handle and all that is great. So first thing we're going to do is test it with water supply, and then we're going to test it with something else with a bucket, siphoning from a bucket to see if there's any difference. And then we'll get the Active 2.0 or 2.3 out and test that out. This is pretty typical of a Chinese pressure washer. This is a useless hose. It's a poly hose without any kind of wire inside, so this will kink, crack, break. It is a nicer version of the hose than any of the other pressure washers I've seen, you know, like the Karchers and the ARs and all the other, you know, Chinese stuff. But this hose is junk. You wouldn't want this. So one of your first upgrades, if you're going to buy this machine, get yourself an OG Gates hose. It'll make for a much better user experience. So the other thing I wanted to figure out was, is this 15 millimeter or 14 millimeter? The only way to find out is to try it. It sure feels like 14 millimeter, because the 14 millimeter oftentimes wouldn't fit. If you put a 15 on a 14, it leaks. If you you can't put a 14 on a 15. So clearly 14 millimeter. I also wanted to confirm on the outlet as well. So let me grab one of these. It comes with, which is pretty cool. I mean, it comes with a, it comes with a pretty decent looking plug. I don't understand why they did it this way. They like took it's a two-piece, right? So it's a M22 adapter on a 3/8 female versus a one-piece fitting. Not sure why they would have done that when these are readily available. Yeah, it's definitely 14 millimeter on the outlet. And then sometimes the guns were different, so let's check that. The Active's 14, right? Yeah, so it is 14 millimeter everywhere. So all the fittings are 14 millimeter. No, it has some weird SKU number on it that doesn't equate.
Oh yeah, it's just a part number.
Mm-hmm. So this here, what I would do if I were you, if you were going to use this gun, like if you were going to buy this thing and use this gun, or even just keep it, it's a pretty nice gun. I would take one of the fittings off of the hose, off the stock hose, and put it on the end here. So you have a quick disconnect piece here, I think. Yeah. So that's a plug. So what you'll do, take the end off the hose, put it on this little adapter here, and then I wonder if this goes directly in. Oh yeah, that would too. And so you could make a hybrid shirt gun. Look at that. This is why I get paid the big bucks, people. I come up with these crazy ideas. So you could make yourself a short and long gun with the stock setup. Now the question is, do aftermarket nozzles work on this? Yeah, appears so. So you're good there as well. So we could modify the nozzle, which I almost guarantee you're going to want to open up the nozzle a little bit and get more flow and take the pressure down a bit. So there's a little Mormon tip for you. So when we build out the package, Tommy, we're going to want the base kit to make it work. So it has one on the inlet, but you'd want just an extra M22 14 millimeter plug. And this has an interesting, why does it lock? I guess that's just because maybe you can take this off. Just an adapter. It's just, at least they tried something different. The gun is really nice. I mean, this is by far the nicest, no swivel, but this is by far the nicest gun. It has a lock and then has your ability to, I don't know how this turbo and high speed business is gonna work.
It did give some thought, so obviously these foam cannons don't work all that well, but you can put it directly, it appears, right here.
Yeah.
So they did give some thought to that, which is nice. Because the joke is he's put it on the end of the wand and it's terrible.
Dorks, yeah. Yeah, where it's 40 feet long.
I doubt this works well though, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna waste my time with that. Okay, cool. All right, so let's put their hose on. I put one of our fittings on here, but it doesn't really matter. Well, I mean, this is gonna be a waste of time. I'm not even putting their hose on, I'm putting my hose on.
Yeah, that's fine.
There's no measurable difference under like 150 feet. So 1/4 inch, 3/8 inch hose. I mean, we've tested tons of different expensive, cheap, high powered, low powered pressure washers, and I've never noticed, there was never a measurable difference in pressure or flow by the type of outlet hose or inlet hose. As long as you're getting water in and out and it's under, say, 150 feet, then we're in good shape. What's going on with our bend restrictor business here? Doesn't fit over the thing. Okay, so we got that on there. Good. A pressure gauge in the middle here. And then we'll throw this on. And then the batteries it comes with, so you can buy it with or without batteries. It's 450 bucks without batteries. It's $799, 800 bucks
800
with two
6.0s, I believe, right?
Yeah, 6 amp hour batteries, freaking monsters. And then they slide in like this. Does it need both to run?
I don't believe so.
It doesn't turn off, does it? That's the other thing I think.
No, I think I have auto switch on. I don't think water's on.
Yeah, I didn't turn the water on yet. The charger it comes with is pretty weak. It's taking a long time to charge, yeah. So if you're gonna get into the Ego architecture, you want the, I forget which one, there's the biggest, it's like 100 bucks or something like that, is the biggest, baddest charger. It's the one I use. All right, let's check for some leaks here. Remember, people, water under pressure, you're oftentimes gonna end up with little things you need to chase. A garden hose fitting, you don't want to torque down so much that you warp the fitting or warp the O-ring. So you want right at hand tight. And then you sometimes have to chase some leaks. Looks like we're good. So we've got 2 batteries in here.
Interesting nozzle. It looks like they made one that can go on the short gun too. It's R. Is that for like rinse or something?
Huh.
Interesting. But that's 40 degrees stuff.
Okay. Kind of a nifty little nozzle. And just get the air out. So I can turn it on from here?
I'm not pressure, can you?
Nope.
No, so you have to turn it on here, but then
Yeah.
control the speed.
Okay, so there's the no swivel, so you gotta deal with that. The motor definitely sounds different.
It does.
Sounds like induction to me. Yeah, it's brushless, so it's going to be a brushless induction motor.
Yeah.
All right, so now what do? I forget.
So, well,
Pressure.
Yeah, you can do pressure, and then
Yeah.
I guess you want to see what it is at each like level when you hit the gun.
I don't think it matters because I'm
You
never
turbo all
gonna.
the
Yeah,
time.
you're never gonna use anything but that. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's just see here. Yeah, it's 2300.
Turbo.
Yeah. I mean, well, I guess it'd be good data to have. It was 1,000, 1550, and 2300.
1,000, 1550, and 2,300. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if we modify and we take this gun off, then you'd have to control the speed from the unit.
I'm curious real quick, because they said that the maximum pressure is with the turbo nozzle. I wonder if it does get up to 3,200 like they're saying it does. I doubt it, but.
No, that's 900.
900?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me just so, because people always say that you need to use the 15 degree. So give me the yellow one. I'll show you the pressure is going to be the same, unless they change the orifice. It's 21.
Are you on?
Oh yeah, I'm not. Sorry. Yeah, they definitely changed the orifice. So that's 3,000, like 3,010.
Okay, so I bet you with the turbo then, because you were on the lower, not turbo.
Oh, yeah.
Turbo with this.
No, still 1050.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah, these just give you effective pressure, not real pressure.
Yep.
And so the orifice size,
on the 15 is definitely smaller.
oh yeah, you can see it. Yeah, 3,010
Okay.
versus, what was it, 2,300
Yep.
with a 40 degree.
Yep. Got it. Yeah, we can't really do current draw or anything because there's no way to tell.
Right,
if it pulls,
right,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, it's just the flow now, and then we'll test it with our accessories and see what nozzle we would recommend with it. It is quiet. That's one thing I do appreciate about it.
Yeah. And the nice thing also, there's no ramp up like the normal brushless ones have that weird ramp up. So they're doing pretty well there. All right, let me get I need my phone. There's a lot going on with this wand. This is much, much more sophisticated for your $800 than any other pressure washers, you know. So that 3,000, I guess we'll get flow on both with the 15, and you know, because the flow is going to drop substantially, you know, at nearly 700 psi more. All right, so I'm going to start my stopwatch here. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, this is probably the quietest pressure washer in existence. But it's pee-pee dribbling water out, like there's almost no water. which could be a slight advantage when you're, washing the car, when from a bucket. If you're using because you're going to buy this for the portability of it. If you're going to spend $800, buy an AR. Okay.
You leave the lid on. You can leave the lid on.
Is that what we do?
Yeah.
We leave the grit guard in there too?
Yeah, I weighed the bucket before.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Pretty light.
Yeah. 16.01.
1.47 GPM. It's like a cartridge equivalent. That's pretty good.
That's really good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really good.
That's really great.
Yeah.
And we're going to get more than that when we dial the pressure back.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the motor reacts to opening up the orifice.
Yeah. That's freaking sweet. Holy crap. That's a 2300 PSI. I mean, that's better than any pressure washer I think we've ever tested.
Yeah, yeah.
It's good news for me. I'm going to sell this sucker if it's good.
Yeah, yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
I think it's up there.
I wouldn't put my hand in front of that. You'd freaking blow a hole in it, but...
Okay. Do you want to throw the 15 on there?
Yeah, let's just see what the 15 gets us. I was expecting it was like, you got to deal with this. It's portable, blah, blah, blah. Three, two, one, go. They put some engineers on this. I wonder how much influence we've had on that. Yeah, man, the thing's quiet, smooth. I'm just interested to see what we can get out of this thing when we modify it. $13.16.
1.1.
Right, so 1.1 gallons a minute at 3,000 PSI. Still.
Pretty close to their rated spec.
Yeah, that's still pretty good. I mean, we could have some parasitic loss from them. They're probably calling that at the pump head. All the other ones are full of crap, doing it on the moon, and reverse gravity. They're using another pump to pull the water out of the pressure washer to get the specs that they get. All right, so let's do the fun part now, and let's...
Well, do you want to do siphoning now? Or
yeah, let's pull from a bucket first. Let's just see if the pressure is different. So let's say you had 2 6-gallon buckets. Oh, this would suck to carry down from your apartment, carrying all this weight. I told Ego, I said, look, if you're going to do this, you guys need to make some sort of sophisticated bucket system.
So normally, I guess they suppose you would use this thing with the filter, right? If you were to draw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm not doing that.
It won't make a difference. It's just it comes with it at least.
Yeah. All right, let me put the, I don't really care about this.
You do the 40. I mean, most for car washing anyway, that's what you're going to use.
Yeah.
But you might be able to actually do some work on concrete with that much pressure.
Yeah.
Make sure it's all the way in the bottom. Okay,
Yeah, same pressure. It self-primed almost immediately. Cool, watching it suck the bucket. Seems to be a little less consistent, like it's kind of ramping up and down a little bit. But yeah, so give or take. Could be when I pull the trigger or not, you know.
1.45,
yeah.
okay. Good.
Yeah, so no parasitic loss from self-priming from pulling from, you know, a water source like a bucket or a horse trough or something like that. And then because we really do have, you know, I would probably try to clean concrete with this. I'd give up a little pressure, gain a little flow, but you know, you're not going to get a lot of work done, but let's say you're cleaning the side of the house or something, it's better than using garden hose. But yeah, this thing is freaking sweet. Okay.
For people in an apartment, this makes a big cake.
Yeah. But it's freaking 800 bucks. Let's hook it back up here. Well, I guess let's just keep it in the I want to know what it does. Let me pull this out. Let me get the pressure out of it. So now let's put a proper gun on it. So you're going to lose your ability to control it. But we're going to gain a swivel. We're going to gain much more functionality.
And you can you turn it turbo on the machine, or okay,
yeah,
that's just the highest level is turbo. Okay.
Yeah, so you just press the turbo speed button on the front, and we're good. So I don't know. Let's dial it in.
Like a 3.5.
Yeah, let's start there. There's 1,000. Yeah, I mean, when it's self-priming, it's not as consistent. It's like 925 with that. So let's go down to 3. Yeah, it's 1150. I think, well, I think you'd want to go down in pressure so I would want a 3.5 if I'm on spigot. If I'm on the bucket though, because it's bouncing, I think I'd rather the 3.0. Yeah. It's about 100 PSI difference when we start veering from their nozzles. Give me that 3.0 back.
3.5.
Or 3.5 back. That's 950. So it was like a 25 PSI, but kind of bouncing around a little bit when we're siphoning from the bucket. Well, let's see what this does.
So 3.5, and then that's that 950.
Correct. crazy quiet. Batteries still look good too, though. I mean, the one battery wasn't even fully charged.
One thing that would be cool is if they like made it where it could be plugged in if you wanted it to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you gained a lot.
Mm-hmm.
17.56. Yeah, 1.67, 1.66. That's good.
That's fantastic.
That's really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's 1.66 at 950 pressure.
Right. So just know if you're going to siphon, if you're pulling from a bucket, you just lose a little stability. You can feel the pump kind of wobble a little bit as it's sucking water in.
Yep.
But we're not gaining or losing. You know, it's negligible.
Yeah. Yeah, so 3.5 nozzle. But if you're on a bucket, maybe do a 3.0 just to be safe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Should I get the 3.0?
Yeah.
This is the 3.0.
Yep. Yep.
Flow test. Yeah, about what we thought, yeah. 0.4 of a pound.
Yeah, 1.61.
Yeah. So you'd lose negligible flow.
Not so much.
I think I would recommend the 3.0 on it.
Okay.
And you get a little bit more effective pressure and not a lot of loss of flow.
Yeah.
So it's going to be, you know, because in this 1.6, it's a little lean, you know, for washing.
Yep.
So having a little bit more pressure there, that if we did the cleaning units comparison,
Yep.
you're going to be in a preferential position.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that. What was the pressure? Is it, pulling from the spigot, is it like an even 925? Or is it
No, it's more. It's 1,300.
30, yeah,
1,200. So 1,200 psi at 1.61 versus 950 psi at 1.66.
Correct.
If you multiply those two together, your cleaning unit.
Yeah, cleaning units is, so you get more cleaning units with
Yeah.
smaller orders.
Yeah, roughly 20% more cleaning units. 17% more cleaning units by doing a 3.0 nozzle, 1,300 psi, 1.61 gallons per minute. That's incredible.
Did you say 13 or 1,200 psi?
1,200, sorry, yeah.
1,200, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, cool. So you probably, I mean, I'm curious what foam cannon you'd want to use, a 1.1 or a 1.25? Probably 1.1.
Yeah.
Right on that edge.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to work the batteries a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
This is the 1.1 here. Let's see how it does. Let's see what it sounds like. Considering that this guy here is probably a sub 2, it's probably like a 1.2 or 1.5 or less. I don't think we're going to be hurting the pressure washer with a 1.1, because the orifice on the 1.1 is not equivalent to 1.1 on there.
No, yeah.
It's
That's
a different.
1.1 millimeters, not the
Yeah,
wafer size. Yes.
right. Yeah, 1.1 for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. We can't test the way we test the foam cannons is to test the current draw, and we can't test that because it's battery.
Okay, yeah, so that's everything on the Eco then. So we recommend 3.0 orifice, 1.61 GPM at 1,200 PSI. It's really good.
I think we need to bring this in the store.
Sure, yeah.
100%. It is way better than I thought.
Better than what?
Way better than I thought.
Oh, yeah.
I thought we were going to get, low gallon per minute, you know, one gallon per minute, you know, on battery.
Yeah.
There's effectively no difference other than a little bit of bouncing when you're pulling from a bucket. And so if you're in an apartment or you're in a place where you don't have a water source, you get a couple of buckets, carry them down, get a nice little workout in. And you figure if you're at 1.6 gallons per minute and you had 12 gallons of water, that would give you, you're not gonna get exactly 12. So they say you had 11 gallons of water, 1.61. That means you're gonna get 7 minutes of run time, 6.8 minutes of run time.
Yeah, I mean,
So
it'll be close.
let's,
You'll have to move quick, but-
well, what I think you would do is you'd probably use a bucket for your wheels. So that would give you, 3 minutes, and you're kind of on-off on the wheels. So 3 minutes, I think, could probably get you around your wheels.
You should do a wash and talk with it where you pull from a bucket only.
Yeah, see how many buckets you'd need. I'll do my calculation and then do a real-world comparison. So I think my guess is you would need 3 buckets. 3
Yeah.
5.5 gallon buckets.
Yeah. One for wheels and then one for rinse, one for foam and one for like the other 2 for foam.
Yeah. But we'll test that out. That could be a follow-up video. I'll do a wash and talk with the Ego now that we know that it's freaking pretty sweet.
It did surprise me with the flow. I thought it wasn't going to be as strong as it is.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. It's a lot of money for people. Because then you got you need to get the hose, you need to get the better inlet, you need to get a better, better equipment. You could skip the inlet hose if you wanted to. But you've got to,
benefit those, like we always recommend blowing off the car. You could share the batteries between the two because it seems like you'll have plenty of battery left over. So
Yeah.
you could blow your car off too.
Yeah. You're just going to have to do some carrying.
Yeah, you're going to have a lot of trunk space.
But I mean, that beats every other than an Active 2.0. It beats every other cheap, basic pressure washer.
Yeah, I think so. It's hard though, because like the Comet comes in at $650. So if you I would only recommend you get this if you need the batteries.
Only portable.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, don't get sucked in. It's not like I can ditch my lawnmower
Yeah.
and get the same result. I mean, you're probably going to nuke batteries over time with this. I would guess you're going to work the batteries a lot harder. You can hear the fans going still. It's a pretty big inrush requirement. Pretty big draw, I'm sure. The induction motor, I'm sure, helps. This is the first induction motor that is decent.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's a good deal. All right, let's test the Active 2.0. All right, so this thing, first thing I notice is that the pump head is freaking minuscule,
Yeah, it's
tiny. It's a sealed unit, so it's not serviceable. You can't change the oil.
I think with this one they say you can. I don't know how.
What the heck's going on here? Okay, that's good. I'm just going to test it with this hose. There won't be any difference. Plus, the active specs are accurate because they use our system. Freaking not used to using MTM fittings.
I think it actually ships with, they say it ships with a 4.6. So even though these are 4.2.
Where's the frickin' pliers? Remember, not too tight. Just tight enough. If you go too tight on a garden hose O-ring, it'll leak. There we go. Okay, all right, so we're on. And let's see what we get here with a 4.2. You're 1,010. You got to put the current thingy on there. Yeah. It's loud, but it's pleasant. I take it back, it's really loud. Yeah, pressure switch.
The pressure switch is much.
Yeah.
That was one of the big, drawbacks of that 2.0 is the pressure switch was a little weak.
God.
22.52. 2.26. So dead on what they're rating it at.
Yeah.
Basically. So
Yeah.
it's really good. It's up there. And what's impressive to me is it's doing that on 15 amps. So that's what's
Yeah. It's really loud. So, I mean, if you're going to modify it, you'd put a 4.0 on it. But it's going to be this, within a fraction.
Do you want to step up to a 5 to see what it looks like?
Yeah.
I don't know if it dropped the pressure down too much or not.
Yeah, no. Drops down to sub 8.
Okay, so yeah, just use the stock nozzles then, because they've got it dialed in.
Well, you'd want a 4.0 on our nozzle,
Let me see. There's 4.0.
You want a 4.0 OG Spec nozzle. We don't do them in 4.2. It's 1190.
Yeah.
That's the stock one. So let's see how much water we lose, I guess. Because you're going to run a 4.0 OG Spec nozzle on is what you're going to run. Because we don't have a 4.2.
Yeah. Do you want to try 4.5 to see? Because it's kind of in that range. I don't know if it'd be a happy medium or not. Just to see. That's 4.5.
Yeah, it's 1,025. Yeah, I mean, it is really, really loud.
Exactly the same number. So yeah, it's you're not going to gain.
Yeah, so we run a 4.5. They're sending with a 4.6.
Correct.
So that makes sense.
And foam can is the only other thing. So they say to stay under 15 amps, you need to use a 1.5 orifice.
Yeah.
So that one must be a 1.25.
Yeah.
So you would, if you wanted to stay under the 15, you definitely need a 1.5.
Yeah.
So I'll put it in the spreadsheet 17.
Yeah.
So overall summary, you recommend a 4.5 nozzle. It's and a 1.25 if you have a 20 amp. If you have a 15 amp, you want to do a 1.5 orifice on the foam cannon. 2.26 GPM at 1,000 psi basically.
Yeah. At 81 decibels.
Yeah, 85 decibels, yeah. It's loud. Yeah.
Carenzo's 70.
Yeah, and the Ego we just tested was 67.
Yeah.
So it's like up there loud.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms, I'm trying to see if there's anything as loud as this. Let me check.
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's the loudest pressure washer we've tested by a long shot.
Yeah. By an exponential, approaching the y-axis magnitude.
Yeah.
It's 10 dB is what, every 3 dB is double as loud.
Something like that. Yeah,
It's a lot louder.
yeah.
It's a pleasant sound though.
Yeah,
Right, it's a deeper, like if I were gonna do the pressure washer test again, I would have done like a frequency calculate, get some sort of meter that would tell me what frequency they're operating at. All right, let me clean these wheels now.
You gonna use the Ego or active or the Carenzo?
Active.
Active.
Well, yeah, I might as well get a little use time on it. Let me take this thing off so I don't have to deal with this. So I need the, what did we decide? 4.5. I'm gonna try deconning with this. So we're gonna try a little CarPro D scale, which is an acidic. This is, I believe, has a pH of 6. So we're gonna try this as our initial wash. We'll use a little iron remover as well. And so here's what we're working with on the E30. We're dealing with goop, the wrong kind of tire dressing. So we're gonna get EAG set up with right tire dressing. And we're dealing with, just cleaning up the barrels. So, yuck. So let's get the wheels clean. We're using our 2.0 here. So I would think, since we're deconning, let's go dry, soap on it dry. It'll be a little more effective. So what we'll do, let's clean them first. Let's clean it first, and then we'll do some iron removal. I don't like using this kind of pressure washer sitting around here. This sucks. I mean, it's bad enough I'm washing outside here. So the D-scale foamed up pretty nicely. We also have Bradley's decon soap. Maybe I'll save that for when I do the other E30. So if you guys haven't watched the series, I had gone and spent a lot of time building out or rebuilding out our master collection, and then had several episodes where I was asking some buddies, what products am I missing? And so a couple of these sitting here are some of the products I've been thinking about. Some suggestions from them, some from me, some from all over. I need to do this. So I'm going to coat these wheels with Armor wheel coating, which Armor wheel coating is so darn good, I don't need to test anything. There's no way that anything's better than that. Let's flip it around. Inside here. So this is why in the other part of the series I didn't clean the wheels, because I knew I was going to clean them now. let's do a little bit of iron removal. Let's use the armor iron. Don't see much iron going on here. So when I do wheels, I don't micromanage it. I'll micromanage it when I get it on the wheel stand. A little bit of iron coming off. On the stand. So then what I like to do when I have wheels that are, or tires that are all gooped up, is to use Shine Supply Wise Guy. This is diluted 1:1. So this was like my sledgehammer on tires. And then we'll follow with Stoner's Terminator when I have it on the wheel stand, when we denib it and clean it up. That doesn't smell like Wise Guy. I don't think that's Wise Guy. It's definitely not Wise Guy. What the heck is in there? Tire cleaner. Oh, I had taken this head off of the off of Tarex. That's why. There was initially Tarex in there. Okay, that makes sense. Still isn't frickin' working right. Something's, just give me frickin'. Yeah, that's Wise Guy. It's definitely Wise Guy. Why am I getting no suds? That's freaking stupid.
You don't like it?
No, it makes 0 sense. I quit. I tried it once. I'm like, this doesn't do anything. You do this. Yeah. He's on crack. I get it. I don't know. I'm never going to remember to do it because it doesn't do much. I'm gonna need some serious stoners. Whatever's on here is some serious silicone junk. So we're gonna have to do some stoners and mineral spirits. Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Oh dang, yeah, it's greasy feeling.
Mm-hmm. Even if stoners doesn't, or Wise Guys doesn't even put a dent in it, it's all up in my brush now. That's usually not good. Yeah. All right, so that's the process I'm going to use. I'm going to clean the wheels with a D-scale, iron remover, a little Wise Guy on the tires, which got the surface level dirt off. Will follow when we go to coat them, and I'll be sure to share that with you. So, and we'll get off the numbers and denib them and all that stuff. Anyway, good news on that Ego thing, man. That thing's sweet. Jury's still out on the active for me. Not sure yet. So, a little different video for you. Make sure you're watching the E30 series, because the E30 is going to be freaking sweet when I get it all set up. I'm going to clay bar it later. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.